Welcome back. Of course, you're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug, and you're with me, JP, on the Tech Street. The Tech Street is going to be coming to you every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. But we're going to be keeping it real and bringing you all the tech information that you need. If you're looking to know what kind of events we're going to be having in Nairobi 254 and all around the world, this is definitely the show that you need to listen into. If you're looking to see which kind of product is launching, the latest new devices, latest new apps, gadgets, this is going to be the fast stop shop for all that information. So keep it lively, keep it interactive. If you have our Facebook handle, of course, you can follow us on Icon Radio KE, Icon Radio KE on Instagram as well. And if you want to stream live, you can go to our website www.iconradio.co.ke. And yes, so today is going to be an interesting day because I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of information about how to automate your employment systems, how human resource is something very critical when it comes to an organization, and how a company is changing our thinking and changing how we approach onboarding of new employees, offboarding them, checking on our new employees' resumes, just killing all the paperwork that we always go through and the menace that many companies go through when it comes to hiring new people. So, of course, I'll be telling you about the guest who's going to be with us for the live show from 5 to 6 p.m. So you can keep your requests coming. Of course, I can see most of you guys who are already streaming live on our YouTube page. I appreciate you guys for showing us so much love. Now, there's an interesting story here about Safaricom. Um, the Safaricom Vodafone Group and other companies, as well as two government agencies, are being sued by three Kenyan M-Pesa users about their Fuliza overdraft service. So this service, of course, is run by NCBE and KCB Bank. So the plaintiffs claim that the service is illegally using money that belongs to non-borrowing M-Pesa users, and it's engaging in financial business without being a bank or a financial institution under the Banking Act. So the case, of course, has been brought forth by Gishoke Waigwa, who's one of the legal team that's representing these plaintiffs, and they're seeking 305 billion shillings in damages for fraudulent misinterpretation, material non-disclosure of facts, illegal investment of M-Pesa account holders, and predatory lending practices, and also charging exorbitant interest rates. So these guys are asking for 305 B, not M. So you can imagine. I really want to know if that is just pocket change for Safaricom, because I think these guys have been making some moolah for quite some time now. So of course we're going to be keeping a look at that story and telling you more about what's happening in the world of tech. When you come back, we're going to have the good, the bad, and the ugly, where we're going to be sharing a good story about tech that's happened in the past week, a bad story, and an ugly one that's really shaping lives in the world of technology. So keep it Icon Radio as we get back into the news. I just miss those days when you could bump and listen to some real hip hop music. You know, those days when they could actually listen to conscious music. There's so much going on nowadays. Like when you check into a club, you're not really sure if it's it's a whole volcano, a hurricane, or what's happening. But all that is happening in the name of fun, and we hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves this evening. Of course, it's an amazing Monday, and you're on the tech street, where we keep you guys updated about everything that's happening in the world of technology. When it comes to events, we want to be there to give you the real-time streamed events in the 254 and all around the world, of course, when we have the best opportunity to do that right here. Today, I'm going to be introducing a special guest who's going to be joining us for the live from about 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And she's going to be giving us all the information that you need to know about HR management systems, automation, killing that paperwork. We all know the headache of handling, files, bulks of paperwork, drafting and writing. So we want to see how we can encompass and understand how to streamline our companies, our organizations with the new ways of handling your workforce. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned. Of course, our WhatsApp lines are always open, and you can always send in your music requests when you can. Feel free to stream on the YouTube platform, send in your questions. If you have something that you would like to learn, if you have something that you would like to, ask our panelists, stay tuned for that. Now, according to a new report by Melt Water, Kenya leads East Africa when it comes to mobile connections and social media users. Like Kenyans, we are the ones who are always online, you know. So we are sitting at 63.94 million connections and 10.55 million users respectively. This is 19.3% of our total population. So Tanzania has the highest number of internet users at 21 million, with Kenya and Uganda trading closely with 17.86 million users and 11.77 million users respectively. Our internet penetration numbers still lag at 20.7%, while Uganda and Tanzania are at 24.6% and 31.6% respectively. So the total number of internet users worldwide sits at 5.158 billion. We can see what Kenya has taken up. We've got about 17.86 million users, which I think is very good. If you talk about all the people in Kenya, a population of about 42 million. If we have 17 million people actually using the internet, I think that's an amazing step for an African country, and we are growing fast. Of course, Nairobi is a tech hub. So, if you want to know what kind of events are going to be happening around you, always stay tuned. I'm going to be giving you guys a bit of a highlight of the events that are coming up in the next few months. All tech events, the startup pitches that are also coming up within Nairobi. So make sure you stay tuned with that as well. Yeah, getting back into the music, of course. And when we come back, I will be introducing our new guest. Stay tuned and keep it locked. Icon Radio 1. That was Savio Deepan playing here on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And of course, you can depend on us to give you the best information when it comes to technology here on the Tech Street. Are you tuned in? Are you guys ready for the explosive show? We have a lot of information for you in regards to HR management practices, automation, how to get rid of paperwork. Are you just tired of piling documents in your office buildings? I don't even think these guys are selling paper anymore. Not in Nairobi, yeah? I don't even think guys are selling. Remember when you used to get the notepads? Kasuku notepads, you reach a place, everybody wants to jot down stuff. Or when you're hiring your employees and you have to go through tons and tons and tons of letters to find out what this guy did, resumes. We really want to put an end to that. So I'll be introducing a lady who's doing a lot of innovation in this space, coming up with a lot of technology, a lot of advancements that will help people automate the HR systems, easier for you to hire and fire for that matter. Yeah? So this is the final segment of the first part of the show, and it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And of course, in technology, we always have a good story, we always have a bad story, and we have something that's ugly. So let's start with the good, of course. So the Central Bank of Kenya will from next month be able to buy you'll be able to buy government securities from a digital platform, and it's known as Flow CST. The system will be open up for the market for more Kenyans and allow easier management of trading accounts. It will be a departure from the current USSD system, which is very limited in many ways. So as of next month, the governor of CBK says that the new securities depository will allow those who have invested in treasury bills and T-bonds, you'll be able to bid on the purchase and all that from the comfort of your phones. So this has really revolutionized, of course, banking. Those guys who are into bonds and trading in these securities, you'd have to have lots of meetings with managers for them to verify a lot of paperwork. Well, of course, the CBK is also announcing some good changes to that. So we are definitely going to be excited to learn how that happens. TikTok has launched Sounds for Business. TikTok now has launched Sounds for Business, a library of sounds designed as templates for creating marketing content quickly. So the new collection is available in TikTok commercial music library, and you can use it both free and paid content to highlight products and draw in new viewers. So if you're those guys who are very fuzzy on TikTok, of course we are also on TikTok on Icon Radio, but we want to get those numbers up, and you really just want to differentiate between your professional TikTok accounts and those that are there for entertainment. So they give you specialized sounds. So there's a commercial music library, so you can go out and check that out. That should be interesting for people who are out there to bring out serious content. So there's a bad story, of course. Safaricom puts a 5G rollout on hold. And this is something that everybody has been waiting for. Everybody is waiting for 5G on their mobile phones. Safaricom has put the launch of its 5th generation mobile internet service on hold. According to the reports, Safaricom Chief Executive Peter Ndegwa stated last week that the telco's immediate goal is to migrate millions of 2G and 3G subscribers to 4G. And that there are no quick plans to establish the 5G network. Like, you guys are being told, hold up a bit, man. We've got some guys still at 2G, 3G. Can we be able to migrate them fast before you guys jump into 5G? So I don't know what you guys think about that, because guys spend more money because they want to be ahead of the game. So Safaricom is like, hold up. Let's wait for the 2G and 3G guys to cross the road fast before we see that. So before the end of 2020, Safaricom intended to transfer major urban centers to the 5G superfast internet service, but it did not do that. They just finished the testing and the trials. So keep in mind the drawbacks of the 5G, the expensive data tariffs and inadequate availability. How is it gonna be? So of course, Tech Street was gonna be keeping an eye on that as well. When the 5G finally launches, we've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and it just does not seem to begin. So let's hope that will roll out soon and get guys moving. For our final story here, Canada bans TikTok on government devices. So the reason is not clear why the decision was made, but a statement was actually made, and I quote, "While the risks of using this application are clear, we have no evidence at this point that government information has been compromised, so I might assume maybe it's due to safety protocols." So I don't know if you guys heard the story. Of course, they say China is using TikTok to spy on the US. They have so much data and information about people. People have put so much information out there on their platforms, and US thinks that China is spying on them. So we can see Canada has already banned the use of TikTok on government devices, and we want to see how that will play out. No dancing in your office washroom or in a fancy hotel just because you went out for an event. So it's going to be serious business from now on. Of course, guys, as we come back from the break, I'm going to be starting the live show where we're going to have our guest, and it's going to be exciting. So I'm ready to take in your comments. We're ready to take in your questions as well. If you haven't streamed yet, you can go to www.iconradio.co.ke. Follow us on YouTube. Just subscribe to our YouTube page, Icon Radio, and then you can click on the live notification so that every time we are live, you can be able to tune in and, of course, listen to that. So we're looking forward to sharing an amazing, amazing experience as we dive into the world of human resource management, softwares, and automation of the same. Stay tuned on Icon Radio. Welcome back. Good evening. It's 13 minutes past 5 p.m. and you're tuned in to the Tech Street on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And today I have a special guest in the building, and her name is Purity Wanjiro. Should I just let you introduce yourself? I feel like I'm taking away too much energy from that introduction, yeah? Yeah? Hi, hi. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Right. Right.
I come from a HR background, so I've practiced HR now almost 10 years.
Wow.
Yes, and also my education background is in HR, alumni of USIU.
Wow. Shout out to the guys from USIU out there.
Yes,
Mhm.
and University of Cambridge, where I did a lot of my HR.
Mhm.
So I'm very excited to just come here
Right.
and discuss about or go through our HR tech solution
Yeah.
and also bring awareness of what it is and also what it is not.
Right.
Because I think there are different perceptions or definitions of what a HR system is.
Yes.
But let's see how that transition.
Wow. Thank you. Thank
Very
you so
happy
much.
to
And
be
of course,
here.
it's also our honor to have you here. And we're always, ready to get it started. You're actually the first guest on the Tech Street. So
You should
yeah.
have told me.
Yeah, so I should have had probably something here like a champagne bottle or something. But I really appreciate you for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, so before we really dive into like the details about what people does in human resource management, what is your inspiration about? How did you dive in?
Or these came as first as an idea because the fact that I've practiced HR for such a long time.
Right.
You can imagine the kind of workforce you handle. At one point, I handled about 1,500 employees,
Wow.
and that is massive data. And this data is in terms of forms and
Right.
papers and everything. So you can imagine as a HR, even if you have HR assistants, that does not even ease up your work. And
Yeah.
the more we've continued to grow in my career as a HR, and
Yeah.
after some time now, we started our company Accurate, which now is 7 years old.
Right.
Now, now we are outsourcing these HR services. Now
Mhm.
you become a HR not only for one company,
But for many
for
companies.
many companies.
Yes.
So you can imagine also the kind of workload
Right.
that brings in.
Mm-hmm.
Then we started to at some point we outsource HR services.
Right.
Some are locally done here, and
Mhm.
others we got them from the US.
Mm-hmm.
But we still felt these systems are not answering all our questions. They're not
Okay.
filling all our gaps
Mm-hmm.
because as much as we've migrated online,
Mm-hmm.
I still felt we're still doing a lot of work
Mm-hmm.
behind the screen.
Ah, okay.
So then we really shopped around to find out is there any system that's filling our needs that we
Mhm.
want.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, there was none.
Wow.
So I sat down with my partner and I kept asking questions. Why are these systems not solving our problem? Because if I'm a HR, I have zero idea what tech is.
That's true.
So I call developers. I'm
Know
not
what to
very
talk
sure what to
Uh-huh.
request.
Yeah.
But little by little, as we were conversing around the idea of even having our own system,
Right.
now it became clearer
Mhm.
because it was either we get a shell of a system and we customize it to be our own, but we still felt it's not answering the questions that we had.
All of the questions. Wow.
Yes, so that is where we started.
Mhm.
That is April of last year.
Right.
We talked to so many developers, so many companies.
Mhm.
Then we finally thought this must be ours.
Mhm.
Then we started.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations on that
Thank
first
you.
step. I think it's always a challenge, or it's always really big when someone wants to take that first leap. The
Yes,
first step is always
and
really
it's a lot of fear.
Mhm.
I'll tell you because one, you're going to invest massively.
yes.
So, and this is something you're also not sure it's going to work. So, the fear being, I'm not sure if it's going to work or
Yeah.
it's not going, or what is the market's perception about it. And also, I've just said, you are not from a tech background. Then here you're presenting a tech solution.
Yeah.
Then you're wondering how will that,
How will it be taken in the
Yes,
market?
yes. But thank God it has been quite a massive response we've gotten since we've started working on it,
Right.
showing it to our own clients, and they've also been guiding us. This is what exactly we want to see on the system. So I think that was quite a big milestone we decided to take on.
Right.
Hopefully in the next year or so it starts bearing its full fruits.
Wow, of course. So, for this process to begin, now, this is you, Purity. You're envisioning
Yes.
starting something that's going to solve many people's problems out there when it comes
yes.
to, human resource. How difficult was it to begin to network or find people who actually just believe in your dream or believe in your idea to sit down with you on a table?
First of all, this idea had to be onboarded by our team of management at Accurex, because I'm not the only one who runs Accurex.
Okay.
So the very first step was to convince the board that this is where I want the company to head to.
Right.
And once we had the buy-in from the rest of the management team at Accurex, now that conversation became even much easier. And thank God, also one of our partners has a lot of background in tech,
Great.
but around financial tech solutions. So I think that was even an easier stage for us, because he knew who do we need to talk to and talk about what. Because for me, I only know HR. I know this needs to be done, this needs to follow this.
Yeah.
But then after we agreed and even came up with like a RFQ, request for a tender, because now we had to give out a tender.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And say, if you think you can hack this, tender or place your bid.
Come on board and be part
Yes,
of the...
come on board. Let's have a conversation. Let's see how you charge. Let's see also the timelines. How will the timelines look like between starting the project and up to the launch of the project? So that one took us almost 6 months of continuous meeting different developers. Others are here in Kenya. Others are out of Kenya. Finally, we narrowed down to developers out of Kenya.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Why is that so? Why don't you want to hire our Kenyan people?
We really wanted that, by the way, and that was even our first instinct.
Yeah.
But you see, our one of the requirements is at the end of the project, the software has to be ours.
Okay.
You can't sell it to anyone else. You can't make a shell out of it.
Yeah.
And that is, I felt when we came to the agreements, the Kenyan people were
skeptical about
Michelle. So we did not want to launch a product today and tomorrow is replicated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that will mean our investment, our time will be as useless.
That's
So
true.
check all the boxes. And also something else, and I think maybe this is something you need to talk about.
Right.
Our developers in Kenya are exorbitantly expensive.
Really?
Obnoxiously expensive.
Okay.
So you want to give them work actually, but you can't afford them. But then you're like, these are my classmates, these are my friends, these are my
So
families.
you feel like you need to,
Why are you doing that? But I think also the fact that we don't have enough tech solutions coming out of our market in Kenya. If they catch you well.
All right. Yeah.
So, but if you go to a developing company, that's the way or their business. They don't care about the numbers.
Yeah.
So they're like, this is what you can give you. This is how much you can
pay for it.
Yes.
Well, that's pretty sad that you actually had to work with external,
Yes.
developers. I don't know how they felt about that, when, but I think it's interesting to see how that actually worked into play.
Yes.
I would think it would have been expensive to have people from outside, more expensive to have people to outsource than have them locally.
Actually, that was even our first instinct.
Ah, okay.
Like outside of Kenya, it would be quite expensive. And we talked, which developer have I not talked to in Nairobi? But every time we get down to the numbers, they don't match up. And their requirement also is quite high.
Right.
Yet, then one day it clicked. we need to outsource this service. Let's talk to people who are out of Kenya and figure out what's especially the pricing part.
Yes.
Because remember, this product without a price tag, it's not there.
That's true.
And all of us are quite price sensitive. So if you get it even a shilling less or a dollar less, I bet that's where you're going next.
Right.
So actually, that's what made us shift our minds. It's quite unfortunate, the fact that we have quite a large unemployment going on.
That's true. That's true.
But you see, if you do that, you feel like also kama unagongwa, yet they're not adding
They're
up.
not adding in the value that you actually need.
Yes, you're looking at.
Wow, that's interesting. So let me just imagine this is me. This is Icon Radio. And Icon Radio wants to have this people system. Just what is the process? What needs to be done? What do I need? Where do I start?
First of all, we have to do like a needs assessment. Figure out, do you exactly have a need for a HR tech?
Okay.
I know from top of your mind, it's automatic. You need a HR system. But do you exactly need it? So that's where the needs assessment comes.
Okay.
So the very first stage will be a consultation. Either me or someone from our team will come in, talk to either your HR partner who's here or your directors, whoever is in charge of people. Then figure out what are your pain points, what needs to be done, or what gaps are you trying to fill with the HR system. So once we do the consultation bit, then we do a demo. Come and show you a live system. We can upload dummy data specifically for your own organization and show you if you were to hire someone, this is the process, how it looked like. If you are to manage this employee, this is our leave management operates, our off day management operates, and all that. So once we show you the demo, then we move to the pricing. And you'll notice, talking about pricing, our company, people, once we launch it and make it for mass market, will be the cheapest in the market.
Really?
Yes. Because you're only charging $1.5. That's about 180, 200, you know. And remember, we're giving you an end-to-end solution. You're not picking packages. You're not picking modules. Once you log into people, it's the whole thing. You can manage from hiring that employee to retiring them or even separating with them. And no one else is doing that. They either you pick the hire module, you pick payroll module, you pick. So once you sum these up, it's almost coming to almost $10 per employee.
Right.
You better add salary to those employees
as well,
than pay a system.
Wow. Who came up with this name, people? Who just did you just sit there, have coffee, and like, kuna watu people? And then how did it come about?
Let me tell you. This name stressed the hell out of us because we wanted something relatable, something easy, something you can remember. We even had Watu, CC, all those kind of names. Then one day I'm just walking around. I'm like, why don't we just call it people? Then we were like, that's it.
That was interesting. That was so interesting. It's always so fun to hear how guys come up with names. And
it was just that light bulb moment. And I think I was even going to the market. Then I'm like, because now we've already signed the contracts with the developers.
Yes.
Then they're like, we need a name to your system. We need to put a name
to it.
To it, because we did not want it to go out with them. Since it's a whole new product on itself.
On its own,
So I kept telling them, give me some time. I'll tell you, give me. It has not clicked yet. Then this morning, I'm just walking. I'm like, people. That's it.
Wow, congratulations, man. And in being fast in thinking about a creative name that actually unites people. And I think it resonates pretty much well.
Sure.
So, you've done the needs assessment for us.
Yes.
Do you think we need the help? Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So if my boss is tuned in, so if you've done the needs assessment, like, what next?
So what next? We come to migrating data. Because our assumption is you have some sort of data going on, whether it's on paper or in Excel sheets or in Word documents. Now it's time to migrate the data. And once we migrate the data, now we start creating your organizational needs. I think at this point I can show you something.
Yeah, sure.
here. So this is our system. This is how it looks like. I've just created a dummy account for it, so that for this purpose, just to quickly show you in.
Sure.
So the very first stage of this is to create. Just hold on. Just hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, there. So the very first step is to create some sort of organization on our system.
Yes.
I don't know why it's cutting itself out. Let me just try again.
Okay. So that's how the dashboard looks like.
Yes, this is how the dashboard looks like.
Yeah.
I'm missing part of the screen. Let me see. Then able to
Can widen it.
okay, just hold on. There's a small part of the screen I'm not able to see.
Okay.
Yes. Just hold on.
Sure.
But
It's a
ideally,
pretty nice. I like how it looks. It looks pretty interesting.
the layout.
Yeah, the layout is cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me just load it once more.
Yeah, sure. The layout looks pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw a calendar there somewhere.
Yes. So the purpose of even the calendar is just, especially if you're a manager or even you're just a normal employee, you're able to figure out when is your leave day, when is your off day,
Right.
because now you can easily see it on your calendar.
Yes.
I think there's an issue here. I'm not so sure why, but I can just take you through the process.
You can just take us through the processes.
Yes. So after onboarding you or having that conversation, our next conversation is to create your organization in our system. And this is where we talk about organizational settings.
Okay.
So for example, if we talk about organizational settings, yes, it has come this part.
Awesome.
Yes. So if we talk about organizational settings, we put your name, your representatives, when your website, your company overview, everything there. Then we start creating. Do you have branches? Do you have branches in Nairobi, in Mombasa? Then which sectors do you work in? Are you in the healthcare information sector?
Technology.
Yes. Then we start creating departments from HR to retail to customer service. And then the good thing about our departments, you can also create shifts within the department, which is a good thing, because now the department manager could easily say, JP, 10 o'clock, who else, 5 o'clock. So you create those shifts.
Usinieke mapema sana. Usinieke hapa sana.
Saa kumi.
Uh-huh.
Then you also create designations
Yeah.
in your organization. You put salary grades.
Right.
I know this is something many Kenyan organizations don't have.
They
They
do
just
not.
give people salaries
Yes.
without figuring out, if I have 2 radio presenters,
Yes.
do I pay them the same, or do I pay them within a certain range? But you see, depending on how you negotiate during interviews, you can be paid one very highly or others very poorly.
So, what criteria do you use to choose that kind of difference of variation in an organization?
But you see, especially these parts of salary grades are a whole HR topic.
HR topic on its own, yeah.
Yes,
That's
because
true.
we call it salary grades, job profiling, and
Yes.
all that. So it's almost like a scientific way of grouping these jobs. But this way, we give you an easy way. You can figure out, for an office assistant, I can pay between 20 and 40. So anyone who is above 40 is outside our job rate, our salary range.
Salary range, yeah.
Yes. Then you create eligibility for designations. So for example, if it's a web developer, what do I require as part of, it's like almost like creating some sort of CV.
Okay.
But you'll notice this information, will use it the time when you are hiring,
Okay.
because you don't need to feed it all over again into your
Okay.
system.
All right.
Yes.
Right.
So you create templates, all these. So this is the very first stage we do, and also like for payroll.
You can put in the holidays as well.
Yes, you can put all your holidays.
Yeah, I might want you to stay on that for a while.
No, no. Also leave and attendance.
Okay.
You can set how many leave days do you want your people to go for.
Okay.
Yes,
This is
the
it,
types
yeah.
of leaves, are they paid, are they not?
Unpaid leaves.
Yes. So actually this is the very first stage, because once we created these, even if we upload data on it, then it becomes very easy,
Right.
because everything that concerns your organization is already there.
Okay.
Yes. So that's up to that point where we say onboarding a client. Yes.
Oh, okay. Really interesting.
So here we have everything. Interview stages.
stages,
Yes. Does the organization have one round of interviews, two rounds of interviews? Do you do aptitude tests? All this you can do it on our system. So you even can do assessments even before they come. You can do a technical round of interviews. So actually, I think for the clients will take this up, I foresee a situation HR will not be a stress. Like you'll not wake up in the morning, you're like, no, I'm
what
not a
will I do?
HR.
Yeah, where will
Yes.
it really isn't the
Yes,
the
even
job.
at home, you can just log into the system, see how many people reported to work today, how many did not, how many are on leave, how much do we owe people in terms of leave, in terms
yeah.
of money. Because remember, leave is an expense.
That's
if you
true.
don't go for your 21 days, we owe you a whole month of salary.
Right. Right.
So you need to see these numbers on your dashboard
Yeah, it
every
needs to
time
be
you log.
clear.
The fact that it's an end-to-end system, you keep wondering, sister, where do I get this? Where do I get this? So, but the good thing, the fact that you have a dedicated account manager, you can always call that person and
Okay.
say, hi, Anne, kindly sort me out. I can't see this. Where do you think it is? Then they get
Can they also come on site?
Yes, we come on site, especially if your organization is large.
Yeah.
Because especially this part of migration, I think it takes the longest time,
Yeah.
especially if your data is not in order. And remember also, our system will digitize documents to make sure in future you don't need to keep going back to the archives. So once we are able to digitize,
Okay.
so you can imagine, if you have, your company has been running for 20 years.
Yeah.
That is 20 years worth of files that need to be digitized.
Oh, that's a lot of paperwork.
But it's good. Remember, I did my attachment at the Ministry of Lands. Unfortunately,
Wow.
the first day, I was told to go to archives to retrieve a file from 1970.
How did you?
I was
manage
not
that?
even born. So how do you tell me to go and retrieve a file?
Yeah.
Because this man came for his retirement benefits, but it could not be cleared until there's like a physical file showing this
Yeah.
this
And that
guy
happens-
worked
And
here.
that happens in so many governments
All the time.
company. I mean, it's just been crazy.
Yes. So imagine we come, even if it's a month or two, we digitize all these documents. The next time someone comes from 1900, it will be at a click of a button.
You can get the details there quickly.
Yes.
That's really, really, really interesting. So, do I need like programming knowledge to do these setups?
No, not at all. What I am very proud about our system is we've really worked on user friendliness,
Yeah.
because the fact that I come from a HR background with zero tech knowledge,
Yeah.
I would know what I want from a HR or
Perspective,
even a HR intern or a HR assistant. That was our biggest backing of our system.
Right.
You don't need to go for computer coding. You'll not code in our system anywhere.
Ah, okay.
You'll only be putting raw data,
Into it, and it automates
manipulates.
it.
Yes. So and you can imagine, and I think why some HR systems I've used in the past, why they're so hard to use, is they introduce some codes or something that's not your normal today work.
Yeah.
and then they make the system so difficult. Like, even if you face a small challenge, you need to talk to them to sort it out. I'm like, no,
It
just
should be done.
I should be able to see it.
That's a very big that's a solution to a huge problem.
Yes.
Yeah. So as we go on, let me read some of the comments. So we have a couple of guys who are tuned in, of course, streaming live on our YouTube handle. We appreciate you guys for showing us the appreciation and love.
Yeah.
I have Mary Omolo who's tuned in from Embakasi. We've got Robbie Kinyua who's around Thika. He's asking, is there anyone around Thika? Robbie is, I don't know if you're trying to buy people lunch or dinner. I'm not sure. But thank you so much for tuning in. Stacey Masharia, tuning in from Utawala. We have Ruth Reeve as well. Evelyn Tui, loving the show. Thank you so much. Angela Nyambaja, tuning in from Karen. The Political Eye, tuning in from Utawala. Wow, there's a political eye looking at us. Thank you. Sally Nabalayo, locked in from Northern Ireland. Guys, you love anything tech. Wow, awesome. Thank you so much. Eunice Wangare, I love the educative visuals. That's awesome. Angela Nyambaja, do I need computer programming knowledge? Yeah, that's a question that's just come through.
Yes.
And she's also asking, how long is a setup?
Setup will take anything between 24 and 48 hours. Especially once we are able to set up your organization.
Yes.
You can start using the system as soon as you can. So anything between 24 and 48 hours, that's very possible.
Okay.
If your company is a bit complex, especially if you have massive number of employees, it might take a little bit longer because remember, we also want to promote accuracy.
Yeah, it's important.
When you're moving data, you don't want salary details are published all over the place. You don't want people's information, which is also, remember, HR is very confidential in its nature.
That's true.
And it's the same thing that you're adopting on our end when you talk about data privacy. If you put your name, if you put your salary, if you put your age, you'll not see it on the streets. We have taken the utmost effort to ensure
sure
our data is
very accurate.
It's accurate, it's private, and it's protected. Yes.
Wow. So if I'm working for a company and I quit and I move to another one and I'm trying to incorporate people, can I take all the data from my former employees and just like jam it on the app at once so that it can work for me?
Yes. So that's what you're describing. We call it multi-tenancy. Yes. What that means, me as Purity, and I run a company, if I move to another organization, I'm able to still in the same username and logins, but you can be given a separate logins as well, such that you're able to manage this company and manage this company. But with companies, we are not able to mix them up. Each company or each entity has to remain as independent as it was, such that we are not able to mix up this data.
Okay. Wow, that was an interesting question. So Sally's asking, what if I feel I don't need it anymore? Is it easy to cancel?
ASAP. So, for example, it's your due date, first of every month. You don't pay up your subscription. You are done with us. We don't need to. We will not call you to ask you why have you not. Yes, because remember, this is a prepaid service.
Yes.
So, for example, if you have 100 employees, which I need to tell you also, if you have more than 100 employees, we only charge you $1.
Okay, so the 0.5 in at all.
Tunakupea discount. So, for example, if you are at 100 employees, it means you need to do a subscription of $100.
Okay.
So, if you don't do the subscription, our contract with you has ended
automatically. You guys, bembelezi watu. You don't even want to prompt guys with text.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll send you a notification.
You guys,
like 5 days, your subscription is about to end. Kindly renew a subscription. If you don't renew, it's still okay.
You guys have had it,
because I know you'll still come back and ask us, hey, I need some data, please.
Yeah, please give me
we'll
something.
Tell you, subscribe to access.
Yeah, so Sally, I think you've had it. If you don't pay up, you're done. It's just to-dos. It's goodbye to you.
Yeah.
So but I think it's important. It keeps guys on toes.
Yes.
And it also makes them at least be responsible for, subscriptions as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so this people, okay, I've heard about it and I'm trying to really visualize.
Yes.
what kind of companies do you think that it's suitable for? Like, do you think it's suitable for, like, this is a radio station, a manufacturing industry? It could be a farm, a flower farm. I remember we had a conversation about a flower farm before. Yes.
So actually, the way we've modeled our system, it will work in any industry, in any company, regardless of the numbers.
Yes.
And the good thing is the fact that we are putting out as an end-to-end solution. You can even choose what you want to take out of the system and what you don't want, because I'll show you our modules here. So we have the higher module.
Yes.
So this one,
just move a little bit back.
All right.
For the camera to have a closer glimpse of that.
So this one you can post a job.
Okay.
I think something has happened. Yes, it's back. Yes. So you see here, we on our system, you can post a job. You can receive applications on our system. You can send out assessments to the shortlisted candidates. Right. You can interview. You do background verification, and then you give them job offers. Then we have the manage module. Anything to do with employees, we manage it from here. Their leaves, their attendance, their shifts, employee data, grievances, disciplinary issues, all of them, you manage them from here. Yes. Assets and policies, you're able to manage them from here. Then we have payroll, and then payroll is all about paying employees, whether you pay them on a daily basis, on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, all of that, we do it there. Then we have managing performance.
Yes.
So this performance module is based on the OKR method. OKR method is objectives and key results. It's a very popular method today.
All right.
Which I'm hoping as these methods keep improving, that's how we'll be improving our system as well. So for now, we are doing OKR method. Then you can engage your employees. You can send out announcements, suggestions, recognition. You can even ask them quizzes if it's Mother's Day. You can ask questions around Mother's Day or Independence Day. Yes, you can even ask who initiated this, what's the theme for this year.
Yeah.
So you can do all that there. Then we have a module around ticketing. This is the only way employees are able to interact with their managers. If you have a question, you raise a ticket. If you have a complaint, you raise a ticket. So that way you're able to interact with your management through our own system and also keep record for it. Then we have a whole round of reports because you can imagine all this data at some point it has to be manipulated in reports form.
Yes.
Then this is the most amazing part about our system, the daily wages module. This in normal language we call it casual management. So if it's a construction company and you don't employ people on contracts.
Yes.
You only employ them in the morning and fire them in the evening.
Yeah, the ones who queue there.
Yes, or flower farms or
Tea-pickers.
EPZ or tea pickers, all those. That's the most important part of our system. So you see, if depending on your industry, you can say this and this and this module works for me.
Okay.
And pick those because we've not given you a limit. You can, if you want the best experience, you use it end to end. But the fact that you're not with you on the ground, you can decide, me, I only want to do payroll.
Yeah.
Yet you also only do payroll. Or I only want to manage my casual employees on the system.
Right.
I need to onboard them in the morning, pay them at the end of the day, and offboard them. Then tomorrow in the morning, the cycle continues. But the good thing, at the end of the month, you get the reports. How many casuals did you employ that month? How many did you pay them?
Yeah.
How much?
And it gives you that in figures as well?
In figures, in real figures. So you can imagine, previously, the fact that I've consulted for construction companies, at the end of the month, it's papers on top of papers, only to pay someone, they come complaining, "Hii siku nilikuwa kazi." And you have no evidence he was at work.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it helps in monitoring that as well.
Yes. So you see our system, we give you a USSD, which these casual employees are able to use to log into work. So there's no way at the end of the month, you'll come and say, I was at work, and you're not able, and if you check the USSDs, we can't see your register for that day. Yeah.
Oh, so as we read in the comments as well, we have a comment here from Eunice Wangare, and she's like, are there any additional costs besides the setup?
There is no additional cost. Even a shilling, no.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure, 100% sure.
Yeah, so you had that, no extra costs. Daniel Ominde, good stuff. Nice to see you here, Dan. Sally is like, I'm more inclined to healthcare. Would it work for a healthcare center?
Yes, it will work for a healthcare center in the sense that you're able to manage the employees, be it the doctors, the nurses, the casual staff that work in a hospital or in a healthcare center.
Yes.
But remember, our system is very much around employees. So, be it management of shifts, I know healthcare, they call them locum.
Yes.
If you need to schedule the locums or you need to schedule that you can do on our system.
Right.
But managing the hospital itself, that will not do. Yeah.
Okay. So, but the hospital can incorporate it in,
yes,
right?
they can integrate.
They
Actually,
can integrate it in their systems as well.
Yes. Our biggest also purpose of working on this system was to make sure it's highly integratable. If you have an accounting system, you only need to plug and play our HR system.
Oh.
Then all payroll data, you can see it on your accounting system. And then you can plug and play. I see, for example, like people who have SAP, they manage all other things apart from HR on SAP. I'm like, what kind of solution is that?
Yeah, it's a half solution.
Yes, but you see, if you have SAP and you have people, you just plug and play and it goes. Yeah.
Well, you had that, Sally. It's possible. Daniel Ominde is asking, can it be customized to include elements like detailed timesheets to track client service? And what about building training modules into it?
Nice. Yes, we can customize it, especially depending on your needs, because we understand different organizations, they even operate somewhat different, not very different, but they have some sort of discrepancy.
Yes.
So because of that, we're able to customize it. You only need to share with us your customization requirements. We talk to our development team, and then they work around what exactly you want, but that is very possible. Talking about training, that one we got you covered. Here, under L&D, where is it? Yes, learning and development. Yes. So what we've put on learning and development, you can set at TNA. TNA, we call it training needs assessment. It's like a questionnaire of some sort. You create the questionnaire on the system.
Right.
You send it to the employees. You get feedback. You interpret the report depending on whichever training needs have come up. For example, it's customer service. Today we are talking a lot around mental health.
Yes.
Then you put it as a training need or as a training module on our system. Then if you need to outsource that training as a service, you can outsource it. If you need to create it in the system, you're able to do that. And then you're able to assess them and give them points. For example, if one assessment has 10 points maximum, you can give someone 9 and give them a certificate on the system.
Yeah. For the wow. That's interesting as well. So, we know that we've already transitioned from the physical papers.
Yes.
And this is just my worry. When it comes to tech, like I always share the good, the bad, and the ugly. So
yes.
I know there's an ugly side to this.
Yes.
And are you ready to speak about the ugly part of this? How many people have been inconvenienced, or how many guys? I know it's worked well for your company.
Yes.
And of course, it's improved your efficiency, and it's quicker, faster. But what kind of attitude do you get from guys who are struggling, disappointed in what solutions it's bringing?
I think the biggest disappointment that comes, especially around tech solutions, is when we are not able to access your data. And remember, this could be, sometimes I hear our development team saying, the server is down.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I don't want to know the server is down. I only need, as and when I'm able to access my information, I'm able to see it.
Yeah.
And then also remember the issue of technology upgrades. Today, maybe you are at Android 11, a few months, 12, 13, 14. So on our part, we've committed ourselves to upgrade as the technology upgrades.
Yeah.
Whichever our system is built on in terms of the language, all that, the shells, a lot of technical things. If it upgrades, we have to upgrade. Because you can imagine if we are hosting about 10,000 employee data, not 10,000, 100,000 employee data. Those are companies you can bring on their knees overnight because they want to pay. They go, we tell them server iko chini. No one will understand server iko chini. Yeah. So I think in terms of always being in front of technology, as and when there are upgrades, you do the necessary upgrades. Whenever there is a new innovation going on. And remember, what you're seeing here is our phase 1 of the system.
There's more to this.
We almost have.
Do you guys want to do everything? So there's more to this. I felt like you've covered almost everything.
Yes.
What is this new integration that you guys want
but
to do?
remember, what we've done here is very basic in terms of HR operations.
HR operations, yeah.
Yes. So when we do phase 2, we even launch its actual app, because currently you're only able to access it through the web. But phase 2, it has an app. Phase 2, you can do biometrics on your phone.
Right.
So you don't need to go to the office and finger that
You
thing.
can just put a fingerprint.
Yes, you just put it on your phone. It records you're present.
Right.
So there's still more around HR tech. We've not explored at this stage, but more to come in our next stages.
Yeah, I'm really going to be keen to see how this is amazing. I believe it's an amazing technology.
Yes.
And the innovation is really going to streamline a lot of what people do in the workforce. How do you, can I download it anywhere? Just tell me how to enroll quickly. Like, just take me to a step-through process, like phone, computer.
Okay. So if you're on your computer, you go to HRIS, peoplehris.io. So from there, first of all, it opens our website here. All right. So, for example, assume you've already booked a demo. This button will convert to login. So we'll give you login details. Then you'll come to this. All right.
Okay. Then you put the details now.
Yes, but this one you don't even do it. It's us who helps you to do it
Okay.
with your specific account manager.
Okay.
Yes. So once you're here, and I think this is also a new thing that's happening in the tech space, you can download a PWA. So it acts like an app, but it's actually a web page.
It's a web page.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how you go to it. So peoplehris.io. Yes. So first of all, it will lead you to the website. Then once you book a demo, now it means we have your details on our system now.
Right.
Once we give you access, you log in. So if you log in, it directly brings you to the system itself. Yeah. Then you can download the PWA. Yeah. So ideally it should be here, people down here. Then you operate it like an app. Yeah. The same case for your phone. You just go to peoplehris.io. Once it opens, download a PWA.
Yeah.
Once you download it, it acts like an app on your phone.
And how do I get billed?
Billing. So you come here. Let me talk really about billing here.
Billing.
So the pricing is here. Let it load. Taking a minute.
It's all right.
So here, so you see what I told you the truth. There's no extra charges. So for example, you have 50 something or 35.
Yeah.
You see it's auto billing here.
Oh, it's automatically doing it. Yeah.
Yes. So it can give you like an estimate of how much it's going, but you'll notice.
Let me see what it is at 100 employees. 100 employees, about $101. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. So it's like about $1 each.
Yes.
So from there, it automatically does the discount thing that you're talking about.
Yes. So you see, above 100, it comes like that.
Okay.
So the billing is, we also have a billing system. So you'll automatically get quotation if that's what you want.
Yeah.
A
like
quotation.
as an SMS.
Yes, as an SMS, as a WhatsApp. I don't know now if you know, you can do notifications to your clients through WhatsApp.
Through WhatsApp, yeah.
Yes.
You can
which is an amazing thing. Yeah, because you're no longer incurring SMS costs.
SMS costs, bulk SMS, throwing out the bulk SMS is
yes.
a headache.
Then through our own billing system, you can get invoices.
Right.
you can get quotations, you can pro forma invoices, you can get receipts as well. So they automatically come to you.
Okay.
You'll get notifications. Your subscription is about to come to an end. You need now to renew a subscription. A reminder, you have not renewed. It's 5 days. What are you using?
Before that is hakuna kubembelezana.
Hakuna.
People then want
Tunakata asubuhi na mapema.
So as we approach the close, we got about 1 minute, 2 minutes just to wind up.
Okay.
Let me just finish up on these comments. The Stacy Mashari is asking, is there any work setup that is limited to use the app? And then Eunice Wangare is asking, what is people doing? Is people hiring? Can I be a brand ambassador? What wanataka kazi? So maybe you can let us know about that.
Kazi tuko nayo kwa wingi. First of all, go to our primary company, www.accurate.co.ke. We have a job board there. All our jobs go there. So if you see anything, people, brand ambassador, go there. You'll get hired.
Awesome. You guys have had it. When are we doing the launch?
The launch is coming up in about 6 weeks.
In 6 weeks.
Yes, we're planning to do it at Radisson, the one in Upper Hill.
Right.
So it's very exciting just to bring people on board and show them what we've been really working on the past few months or even 1 year.
Right.
So I'm very excited just to come showcase our products. Something also I need to say, after our launch, we are giving free access for 6 months.
Free access for 6 months.
Yes, we'll not charge you all this. So once you come on board after the launch, you're able to use our system for free up to 6 months.
Okay.
Because also remember, we also want to bring a vibe around it. So if you think you cannot afford it, talk to us. We'll give you for 6 months.
Yes, so there's a chance to get it for 6 months. People, it's been really lively having this conversation with you, Purity. Thank you so much, for being my first guest on the show.
Thank
and
you.
Of course, for sharing lots of amazing insights when it comes to HR. I think this is a system that many companies would definitely want to incorporate. And we're looking forward to seeing how you guys will launch. Of course, Icon Radio will be behind you, cheering you.
100%.
Yeah. So before I go, guys, I hope you guys got your tickets for the Masaku rugby event. We're having a rugby event from the 7th and to the 9th of April. It's going to be happening in Machakos at the stadium there. Of course, the tickets are being sold online. In case you don't know where it is, check out our website. We have more details there. And, you can enjoy your Easter holidays as you watch some rugby. It's going to be different. It's not this normal rugby events that you guys have heard about. We're going to have good, amazing sponsors that are coming on board. Health and wellness. It's going to be about, sports equipment as well. Nutrition. And it's going to be, of course, a vibe. I mean, there's always going to be that amazing vibe. And, of course, Icon Radio is going to be there with you guys to enjoy the moments as we commemorate Benjamin Ayemba, who was an amazing rugby coach in Kenya, has done amazing stuff. So guys, come out and support. Find out more about the tournament. Of course, it's happening on 7th to the 9th of April. You can go to www.tikiti.co.ke if you want to get your tickets. And support this initiative. I think it's going to be amazing to have you guys on board. Well, it's been amazing having you, Purity, again.
Thank you for having me, JP.
Yes, please do come back again and invite us for the launch.
I will.
I'm wishing you all an amazing